Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome. So, we're going to talk about a word that is absolutely everywhere these days. You see it on grocery store shelves, you see it in headlines, superfoods. But, what does that even mean? Are some foods just magically better than others? Or is there something more to the story? Let's get into it. All right, let's just rip the band-aid off right away, shall we? The single most important thing to know is that superfood is not a scientific term. It's a marketing word, that's it. It was literally invented to sell products, usually by shining a spotlight on just one nutrient to make a food seem extra special. And once you get that, everything else about healthy eating starts to make a lot more sense. So, for our purposes today, when we talk about superfoods, this is what we really mean. We're talking about nutrient-dense foods. And what I love about this definition is that it's all about efficiency. It's about getting the most bang for your buck, calorie-wise. Lots of fiber, vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, all packed into foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. Okay, so we've got our definition down. Now let's get practical. How do we actually find these foods and, more importantly, get them onto our plates? Well, this next part is all about the core categories you can use to start building some seriously powerful, nutrient-dense meals. The foundation of it all really starts right here, with these plant powerhouses. And look, it's not about one single star ingredient. Think of it more like a team. You've got your leafy greens like kale and spinach, you've got those deep-colored fruits like berries, and that vibrant color? That's usually a dead giveaway that they're packed with antioxidants. Then, of course, you've got your protein-packed legumes like lentils and chickpeas, and fiber-rich whole grains and seeds like oats and chia. This is really the bedrock of a great diet. But those plants are just the beginning, right? A truly healthy plate is all about variety. We also need those healthy fats you get from nuts, all that good gut-friendly bacteria from fermented foods like yogurt or kimchi, and, for those who eat it, those incredible omega-3s from fatty fish. And please, do not sleep on the power of herbs, spices, and mushrooms. They add so much more than just flavor. They bring a serious anti-inflammatory and micronutrient boost to the table. Okay, so we know what to eat, but how do we actually apply that? Let's really zero in on a specific goal, like fueling for a run. This is where things get interesting, because when you eat becomes just as crucial as what you eat. And this timeline, it just lays it all out so clearly. You can see these key windows for fueling your body. First, you've got your main meal a few hours before, which is all about stocking up your energy stores. Then there's that quick, easy-to-digest snack right before you head out the door. For longer runs, you might even need a little something during. And then, of course, there's that all-important recovery window right after you finish, which is critical for repairing and refueling. Now let's make that timeline super tangible. Look at how the food choices totally switch up depending on the window. A few hours before your run, you're focused on sustained energy from complex carbs and protein. Something like oatmeal with yogurt is perfect. But right before, you need simple, fast-acting carbs, like a banana. And for recovery, that's when you bring back the carbs and protein to restock your energy and help your muscles repair. You really can't beat something like Greek yogurt with berries for that. All right, time to put it all together. We've talked about the categories, the timing, the nutrient density. Now let's see what that looks like in the real world. Here are 3 super quick and powerful meal ideas that bring all these concepts together on one plate. First up, this black rice power bowl. This is just a perfect example of a balanced plate. You're getting those awesome whole grains from the black rice, great plant-based protein from the tempeh, and a whole rainbow of vitamins from the pumpkin and morning glory. Seriously, this is a fantastic option to meal prep for a week of nutrient-packed lunches. Next, let's talk about a turmeric tofu stir-fry. This one is all about fighting inflammation. Here's a pro tip. When you combine turmeric with a little bit of black pepper, you make its active compound, curcumin, way more effective for your body. Pair that powerhouse duo with some tofu for protein, broccoli and shiitake for micronutrients, and you've got an amazing meal that's both delicious and functional. And for those times you're in a hurry, you can't go wrong with a berry moringa smoothie. This is ideal for a quick breakfast or for hitting that post-workout recovery window. You get probiotics from the yogurt base, a huge antioxidant hit from the berries, healthy fats from chia seeds, and a nice anti-inflammatory kick from the ginger. It's basically everything you need, blended up and ready to go in minutes. So we've spent a lot of time focused on the food itself, but for this last section, let's zoom out a bit. Because a truly healthy way of eating also has to consider the bigger picture. Things like the role of supplements and the impact our food choices have on the planet. Okay, this is probably one of the most common questions out there. If I'm eating all these healthy foods, do I still need to take supplements? It's a fantastic question, so let's tackle it head on. The guiding principle always should be food first. Supplements are just not a replacement for the incredible, complex mix of nutrients you get from whole foods. Their job is right there in the name, to supplement your diet by filling very specific, identified gaps. That's it. So what might some of those gaps look like? Well, vitamin D can be tough to get enough of from food alone. Vitamin B12 is absolutely essential if you don't eat many animal products, and omega-3s are crucial if fatty fish isn't part of your diet. But, and this is the most important part, you should always, always check with a professional first. Don't guess, get tested, and only fill the gaps that you actually have. And finally, let's connect our own personal health to the health of our environment. Because the food choices we make every single day create a ripple effect that goes way, way beyond our own bodies. And the good news is, making more sustainable choices doesn't have to be some huge, complicated thing. Think of these as simple nudges. Choosing local and seasonal food cuts down on food miles. Opting for less packaging reduces waste. And as we've already seen, building more of your plates around plants is a huge step. In fact, a simple meal of legumes and grains isn't just one of the most affordable things you can eat, it also has one of the lowest environmental footprints out there. So there you have it. The real story of superfoods isn't about some single magic bullet. It's about a pattern of eating nutrient-dense whole foods. It's about building a plate that fuels your body and respects our planet. The power to make that change is right there in your kitchen. So the only real question left is the one on your screen. Your plate is powerful. What will you fuel it with next?